Europe is hemorrhaging, and the blade rests in its own grip. Illegal immigration is surging at record-breaking levels, and governments appear powerless to contain it. Cities once peaceful now resemble battlegrounds of crime, unrest, and cultural upheaval. And if you believe collapse is still decades away, you're gravely mistaken. Some nations may not survive the next 10 years. Today, we reveal the 10 European countries most at risk of collapse under the weight of mass illegal migration. Yet, a few nations like Poland foresaw this storm and shielded themselves from disaster. But most of Europe is still in crisis. So in this video, we expose the 10 European countries most likely to collapse first by 2025. But before we begin, a quick reminder, every video we create demands immense effort. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to support the channel. Let's begin. Number 10, Belgium. Belgium is buckling under uncontrolled migration. In Brussels, more than 70% of births are now to mothers of foreign origin, primarily from North Africa and the Middle East. Entire districts like Molenbeek have turned into no-go zones where police rarely enter and Sharia law dominates informally. Between 2015 and 2024, violent crime in migrant-heavy areas surged over 60%. Rival gangs, from Moroccan to Albanian groups, fight openly in the streets. Taxpayers spend billions annually on welfare, housing, and healthcare for migrants, while locals endure skyrocketing rents and hospital delays. By the mid-2030s, native Belgians are projected to become a minority. When demographics shift, political control follows, and Belgium as we know it will vanish. Unemployment among non-EU migrants sits at 12.3%, draining welfare funds while sidelining Belgian workers. Asylum applications in 2024 alone hit nearly 40,000, overwhelming resources. Rising anti-Semitic attacks, fueled by migration from regions hostile to Jewish communities, have forced many to consider leaving. Culturally, Belgium's heritage is being overshadowed. Islam has been officially recognized since 1974, paving the way for foreign customs to replace centuries of Flemish and Walloon traditions. Number 9, Greece. Greece is being crushed by relentless migration waves across the Aegean Sea from Turkey. Islands like Lesbos and Samos have become sprawling refugee camps plagued by violence, assaults, and riots. Border villages are emptying as citizens abandon their homes. Since 2015, Greece has absorbed 1.2 million migrants, a staggering 12% population shock for a country of only 10 million. With a fragile economy, debt crisis, and rising crime, Greece is nearing breaking point. In 2024 alone, 42,000 illegal migrants arrived by sea, a 67% increase from the prior year, paralyzing border forces. Sexual assault cases in camps have spiked, with over 1,200 incidents on Lesbos since 2020. Unemployment among asylum seekers is nearly double the national rate, draining resources while Greeks struggle with high joblessness. By 2030, projections suggest migrants could make up 20% of the population, eroding Hellenic identity and pushing Greece toward civil unrest. Number 8, Italy. Italy's southern shores are Europe's frontline. Boatloads of migrants arrive weekly from Libya and Tunisia, mostly young, undocumented men unwilling to integrate. Small towns in Sicily and Calabria have been transformed overnight. Locals face rising theft, assaults, and harassment. In some prisons, over 40% of inmates are foreign-born. The Italian state spends billions annually on migrant housing and welfare while youth unemployment for Italians remains among the highest in Europe. Demographically, the future looks dire. Italians' birth rate has collapsed to one of the lowest in the world, while migrant birth rates soar. By 2025, migrant arrivals already exceeded 63,000 in just the first 5 months, fueling fears of endless inflows. Foreigners, less than 9% of the population, commit nearly 30% of crimes. Italy's culture, sovereignty, and economy are all eroding under pressure from unchecked migration. Number 7. Sweden. Once Europe's safest nation, Sweden is now infamous as its rape capital. Over half of convicted rapists are foreign-born, largely from the Middle East and Africa. Cities like Malmö and Gothenburg are racked with grenade attacks, car fires, and open gang warfare. Illegal migrants exploit Sweden's generous welfare system, while elderly Swedes face shrinking pensions. Schools in immigrant-majority districts struggle to even teach Swedish. Festivals are cancelled for security concerns. By 2024, crimes linked to migrants reached 85,000, overwhelming police and eroding public trust. No-go zones now span more than 20 districts, and honor-based violence, including forced marriages, is surging. By 2035, projections warn ethnic Swedes could be minorities in major cities, igniting irreversible cultural and political upheaval. Number 6. France. France is on fire. In suburbs like Saint-Denis, immigrant gangs dominate the streets. Riots erupt annually, with over 1,000 cars torched on New Year's Eve 2023 alone. Officially, 20% of France is foreign-born, though real numbers may be higher. Immigration drains over €20 billion annually from French taxpayers. Meanwhile, violent crime in migrant-dense areas rose 25% in 2024, with 3,400 assaults recorded in Saint-Denis alone. Over 60% of inmates in French prisons are foreign-born. Schools in immigrant-heavy zones now see 80% non-native speakers, undermining national identity. By 2035, native French may be minorities in Paris, threatening national cohesion and accelerating unrest across Western Europe. Number 5. Germany. Angela Merkel's 2015 open-door policy transformed Germany permanently. Over 2 million migrants arrived within years, many without background checks. Violent crimes, assaults, and even terror plots surged. Billions are spent annually on failed integration programs, while homelessness among Germans rises. Asylum costs reached €36 billion in 2024 alone. Germany's native birth rate remains one of the lowest worldwide, while migrant birth rates soar. By 2050, ethnic Germans may be a minority, statistically inevitable. In schools, 1 in 4 children in urban areas are non-German, straining education. Violent crime has risen 50% in Berlin and Cologne since 2015, and far-right extremism is surging as backlash. Number 4. Netherlands. The Netherlands is drowning in a space crisis. Housing shortages are so severe that Dutch families are being evicted to house asylum seekers. Rotterdam crime is skyrocketing, driven by drug gangs and violent networks. Asylum applications hit 43,000 in 2024, a 20% increase, deepening a 400,000 home shortage. Farmers claim land seizures are designed to make room for migrants, fueling nationwide protests. By 2040, 1 in 4 residents may be non-Dutch, shifting the nation's cultural and political identity irreversibly. Number 3. Austria. Vienna is already majority immigrant in many districts. Over half of violent crimes, murders, rapes, assaults, are committed by foreigners. Welfare costs for migrants reached €1.5 billion in 2024, while 70,000 locals wait for affordable housing. Radicalization near shelters is rising, with extremist cells uncovered in police raids. By 2045, Vienna could be dominated demographically by non-Austrians, fueling social unrest and nationalist revolt. Number 2. Spain. Spain's southern coast is a major entry point for migrants from Africa. Towns in Andalusia are overwhelmed with crime and collapsing economies. Slums around Madrid and Barcelona expand rapidly, where gangs rule and law enforcement barely enters. Spain's birth rate is one of Europe's lowest, while migrant births soar, 25% of newborns in major cities. In 2024, 46,000 migrants arrived, mainly via the Canary Islands. The welfare state costs €3 billion annually, while debt balloons to 112% of GDP. Collapse looms as the welfare system nears insolvency. Number 1 United Kingdom. The UK is the epicenter of Europe's crisis. London is majority immigrant, and entire regions follow. Migrants cross the English Channel daily, many with criminal histories. Knife crime is at record highs, with 40% of violent offences linked to foreign nationals. Riots in Leicester and Birmingham highlight growing cultural fractures. By June 2025, 15,000 migrants had already crossed, a 42% increase from 2024. Housing asylum seekers cost £8 billion in 2024, while NHS wait times stretch to 18 months. By 2040, non-British populations could dominate major cities, reshaping politics and dismantling centuries of culture. This is no exaggeration, Europe is at the cliff's edge. Illegal immigration isn't just straining nations, it's pushing them towards sudden, violent collapse. The only question: which country falls first? Tell us in the comments. If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.